I mean, for action, this is amazing. This is really good because I'm trying to outwit them, trying to outwit a fish. Doesn't say a lot for me, does it? Look at that. What a cracker. There we go. These little hedgehogs. All in all, it's absolutely fine. I'm waffling. So here's the script. Turned up at 6 o'clock this morning. The place is chocker. There's not a bivvy peg to be had, although I can fish a regular peg. I can't put my bivvy up, I'm going to have to move later today. What a bugger. Welcome to MAFTA UK. So here we are, back out again. This time I'm on Cleabarrow. I'm on peg number 8. Don't know if you can see that behind me, over there. This isn't a bivvy peg, as I said. So I've got to wait for the lads who fished last night to bug out. Now if they want to stay until last light today, that's totally up to them. That's their prerogative, they can do that. So that's just the way it works here. So I'm just going to have to pray it doesn't rain because I've got all my gear out. And if it pisses down, I'm screwed. There's just no place for a bivvy. I'll just have to throw it over me like a big blanket, I think. Yeah, so not ideal situation at this moment in time. The weather forecast is good. However, that doesn't mean to say it's not going to rain. This is the Lake District. Imagine fishing. There's a little island to my right and there's a nice little channel down to my left and an island that ends and then it goes round to the back of it. So I've put a rod down on there as well. The baits I'm using, again I'm using Capture Specialist baits, and I'm using up the last of my Ocean Elements. It's getting to the time of year where that style of bait, the fish meal type of bait, is probably not ideal. However, if I get it used up today, we'll see how we go with it. I've got some pellets, sweet corn, Ocean Elements, I've got some pop-ups, and I'm also using, straight out of the bag, I'm using pepperami topped with a pop-up. So that's on my left-hand rod. My right-hand rod is, again, Capture Specialist pop-up. So there is one fish I've seen come out already this morning, which is over in one of the pegs I wanted to go on to. The peg I really wanted, I think, is either 7 or 9, and it's over there where the lad's fishing. He's not stopping this evening, so when he packs up, hopefully, before last light, I can nip round and put my gear up. But it doesn't matter if it's dark. I mean, I can still set up in the dark. I've got my Westlake bivvy with me. It's the Fragment 1, I think it's called. It is not a bad little bivvy for a budget bivvy. It really isn't, and it fits on these swims that we have up here. Perfect. The reason I got it is because it fits my bed. The sun's trying to come out. Come on, sun. I'll explain later. Yes, it is a budget bivvy. I got quite a lot of comments on the last video regarding, using budget gear and showing people that you can fish quite effectively and professionally with budget gear. And that doesn't mean to say I've got all budget gear, because I don't. And I've even bought a new bivvy. Just seen 2 carp cruise by over there, mid-water. One of them was a small one, but the second one I seen was big blackback. Definitely a carp. I thought the first one was possibly a tench, but the one I've just seen then was definitely a carp. So if I keep seeing movement in the middle there, then I might just drop my left hand rod straight in the middle there. That's the 3rd fish that I've seen cruise through the middle of that section over there. I'll show you that now. So I've pulled my left hand rod in and I've put it at that location. I can't just sit here and watch fish cruise by in the same spot and not put a bait on it. It's madness. So that's what I've done. So I pulled it in from the left, put it over to the middle of the lake over there, perhaps 2/3 over, just where I've seen them go by. I can't leave it. I know it's impatient, but I just can't watch fish swim by and not do anything about it. Can't do it. So there we go. So let's see how that goes. Mr. Impatient or what? As you would have seen, I've now taken off the Dave rig and I've put on 3 sweet corn. That may be bream suicide, I don't know. It's a light rig, simple rig. Let's hope that does the business. But it's more likely it could easily pick up a tench or a bream, anything. But the bream do go up to £8 in here. So if I pull an £8 bream out, I'll take it. Oh, I'm in. This is on the sweet corn that I've just put out. It's a tench, but it'll do.
It'll do, won't it? They all count, don't they?
If they do indeed. Yes. So there we go. First fish of the day. And it's a little tench, a couple of pound easy. So quite happy with that. Nice tench actually. Yeah, well chuffed. Yeah. As soon as I put that sweet corn in, bang, off it went. I knew that might happen, but that's a chance you take. But well worth the effort. There you go. It's a nice little tench.
That one.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. I'll take it.
Aye.
Couple of pound in it.
Right, it is, eh?
So yeah, I'm alright with that.
There's nothing wrong with that one, eh? They all count, don't they?
We do. I knew there was tench over there. I said this morning, I'm sure, when the fish I seen swimming around were tench, and then I did see that black back carp. So yeah, I was pretty much bang on the money with that one. Let's see how this one goes. The wind caught me just as I was casting that, so it went slightly to the right more, but the same distance out. So I'm happy with the location. Let's just see how it goes. Well, I've just used my bait boat to get under tree over there. I haven't put a lot of bait out, but I just wanted to get a little bit tighter to that bank. See if I can zoom in. So I've just placed my baits here. There's a bleeding big shoal of carp just feeding, turning up the bottom just here where I had my baits earlier, so I've had to put my rod in. But because it's my right hand rod, I'm just freelining it at the moment whilst they're there. They're feeding over there now, so I've had to drop a rod on it. See what comes of it. They were churning at the bottom. Seriously, all joking aside, if that doesn't rip off, there's no justice in this world. They are feeding right on my bait. This is very, very frustrating because I can see the bloody fish. I can see all the mud being churned up right around my baits, and I'm not even just waiting for that to rip off. Come on. I can't show you, you won't see it in the camera. If I walk around to get a better shot, I'll be off my rod, and I need to be on my rods here. I knew it was going to be one of them days when I turned up here this morning and there was no bivvy sites. Here they come again. This time I've got bottom baits on and matching the hatch. Baited up, and within 10 minutes they're back straight on those boilies. So fish meal, which is the base of the ocean elements, they're loving it. They're really having it, and they're on it now. They're working their way up. There's at least 3 or 4 fish going through. I don't care if it's a small carp. Didn't touch my pop-up. Will they go for my bottom bait? Will I get a run? This is amazing. This is really good because I'm trying to outwit them. Trying to outwit a fish. Doesn't say a lot for me, does it? But they're still feeding on it. They're on it right now. Come on, come on. So, AJ and Darren, who's off camera at the moment, have been over on these 2 pegs where I was hoping to get this morning, but they beat me to it by about 15 minutes. And I turned up and they bucketed the swims before me, so I've been waiting to get into. What number is that?
I don't know.
No,
I don't even know what number it is.
It's either 9 or 7. I don't know which one it is. Anyway, AJ, you've absolutely whooped us, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've had 2, haven't you?
Yeah.
Go on then, tell us how big they were.
First one was 14.3. And then the second one I didn't weigh, I would give it about 12. It was a nice fish though.
Yeah, it was. You showed me the pictures,
Yeah.
haven't you? Awesome. Big, long black back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I've been seeing cruising by, but they've just been waving at me to go down and get your bait. So what's your secret then? What have you been fishing with?
Literally, just PVA bags, 15mm high leakage pop up, and then any boilies work over the top of it. Just a bit of ground bait, a bit of liquid to just make it thicker, and that's literally it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what colour are your pop-ups?
Yellow.
Yellow, see, I've been using yellow, but nothing for me. Nothing for me. Listen, AJ, congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
I've still got tonight to go, so hopefully I'll kick your butt and I'll catch some more fish than you.
Yeah.
But until then, you're the top rod at the moment. All right, mate?
Good luck though.
Nice, yeah, cheers. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
All
meet
right.
you too.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And there we go. All good to go. That was a busy hour. So the trap is now set between the island and this side of the island. You'll notice that I didn't go right up to the lily pads. Reason being, at night I need time to get to that rod. So if it was too close to the lily pads, it could run too far that way, tangle me up in the lily pads. That may still happen, but at least I've got a better chance of it kiting left or right rather than making a dart for the lily pads. Who knows? As for the one on the middle of the island over there, left or right only, so better chance of not getting snagged on that one. So I've waited all day to get into the peg. Darren was under no pressure whatsoever to leave. You know, if he wanted to leave 1 hour after dark, then that was entirely up to him. I wanted to fish this peg. It is a nice peg actually. Plenty of room for a single. Don't think you'd fit a double on there though, unless it was a small double, if that makes any sense. So yeah, probably got an hour, maybe 2 hours of natural light left. I need to get set up for now for night mode, get everything ready, get the lights up, get everything in position ready, just in case I do get a fish this evening. And then I'm gonna make myself some dinner. And tonight, surprise, surprise, not hot dogs this week, just going for the regular curry with some wraps, and I'm just gonna wrap them up and eat them that way. So that's it. I need to get a brew on, that's what I need. Worked up a bit of a sweat, and it's only a short distance, easy push, but a lot of work to do in that hour. So, but I'm good to go now. Let's see how we get on. If I point the camera that way, I think it'll mostly be black because of the light, last of the lights coming that way. So there you go. That over there was a great day. I know I only had a tench, but watching those fish feed like they did was, you don't often get to see that because it's quite shallow, but I just didn't get the run that I wanted, which is a shame, but there you go. So they were mopping up. Every time I baited up, they came back and they mopped up. And I've not seen that before, which was really good. I would, if there was a bivvy peg over there, I would have stayed there happily. I quite like that peg. This peg, I don't know what number this peg is. I can't see this. Don't see the post for it. I'll find out at some point. Yeah, it's quite a nice peg actually. Quite like it. Weather is supposed to be okay this evening, so I've not put the overwrap on. I was going to, just to give me that little bit extra room, but it's not supposed to be too bad. Rain isn't forecast until tomorrow late afternoon, where I'll be gone by then anyway. And then back to work. So that's that for now. Let's get the final admin done. Let's go into night mode, and I'll see you later for some more waffle and nonsense and maybe some fish. I just put the drone up to look at the lake so I can plot my pegs and positions when you're looking at it later. And I went over to where the fish were stirring up the ground earlier, and oh my word, they are feasting like you would not believe on that bait over there. And if you don't believe me, look at this. Wow, see what I mean? You don't often get to see that, and because it's quite shallow there, it's as clear as a bell. So there's plenty of fish over there having a right good old feed, perhaps none over there. Same baits, so you never know. Once they've finished that, they'll have a swim round, they might even find that. But yeah, that was quite amazing. So anyway, there's a bit of drone footage for you of the lake in 4K. It's quite a nice lake, isn't it? Lots of features to fish to. Lovely lake, it really is. That's why it's so busy. But surprisingly, I am the only person on here this evening, just little old me. Which worries me a little bit because my car's out there on the main road. I don't like that. But there you go. Probably get to it tomorrow morning, it'll be on fire. Well, there you go. I took that opportunity because the wind had died down, but when the drone got right up high, as max as I can get it, which is 120 metres legally, the high winds, very, very strong winds up there, and it said, you better get the drone back immediately, otherwise it ain't going to make it home. So I brought it down. So I didn't really get a good look round as much as I wanted because of the high winds. Tea time, dinner time. Well, I've got the light. This is just about perfect. A lovely night. I really hope the moon comes out. Should be at least 3/4 at least. Bright moon tonight. Hope it stays clear. Yeah, lovely. Absolutely gorgeous tonight. Doesn't get much better than this, to be honest. Well, perhaps if I had a few more fish. So, the isotopes are glowing. There's not a cloud in the sky. The wind has dropped off. And it is an awesome evening. Only thing you can hear every now and again is the odd car passing. When it passes, it goes deadly silent. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Well, welcome to Sunday morning. It's 8 o'clock right now. A very quiet night last night, probably the longest night's sleep I've had in a long time. A couple of beeps on my right hand rod and that was about it, so nothing exciting at all, otherwise you would have seen it already. I'm going to probably leave the baits in another hour, but I do need to prep some baits up for the rest of the day, so I'm going to add a bit of juice, a little bit of flake around the boilies, and see how that goes for today. There we go. We'll let them sit for at least half an hour, soaking that really stinky juice. You may just be wondering what I've just poured into those boilies. Well, this is chorizo. It is a very garlicky, very meaty chorizo smell. It's very strong. I really don't like it, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't like the smell at all, but that doesn't mean to say it doesn't work. It just means to say I don't like the smell. But let's see if that brings on the results. The dust I've put in, the special dust, that is a combination of many secret ingredients that I'm not privy to. And Brad sent me this to try out on that. I know it's seafood and fish meal based, definitely, but I'm not. I don't know what's in here. Could be sawdust for all I know. No, it's not. Yeah, so I'm gonna give them a mix. I've not put the sweet corn in with them. I want to keep the sweet corn separate. I didn't want to mix all that in as well. So yeah, that's the mix. Let's see how that goes. So my two spots are here and here. You could argue the toss, do you need a bait boat, especially one as big as that on a lake like this? And the answer probably is no. But if you want to get under the canopies like I've just done on my right hand rod, then the answer is yes. No matter how skillful you are at your casting, you're not getting under a canopy with a cast. You're not going to do that. It's not as windy today, so let's have a good look at Cleabarrow with the drone. There is a fisherman next door, and I have been and spoken to him, and I did ask if he was okay if I used it. So there's only one other fisherman on at the moment, and I did ask. Okay. It's really quiet. There's nothing happening. So I'm just going to try a different tactic. I'm going to try a controller float, and I've got these little hedgehogs, and I'm going to give them a try. There's a fish that's been surfacing out in the middle of the lake over there, so I thought I'd give that a pop. Nothing to lose by it. It's dead off the bottom. I've had nothing since yesterday, so let's try off the top. The chap next door who came this morning, he's fishing off the top. He's not had anything yet, but I'll give that a go as well, I think. See how we get on. Got a nice area in front of me, so I can fish it. Let's try. Nothing to lose. One thing I don't have is any other biscuits. I went to pick the bucket up for this weekend, and I put it back down again thinking there'd be too many ducks, it won't be worth it. There's not a single duck on the lake. Well, how was I supposed to know? Chap next door's just had one off the top. Well done. Carp just jumped right where I've cast it down. I'm in. But not on the controller float. It's from the bait, bottom baits. And it took me straight into the snags straight away. It's trying it now. I've got to bully it a little bit. I can't afford to let it get me into those reeds. Come on, baby. I'm running out of battery, so when I get it in, if I get it in, it's a carp, that's for sure. I've seen it. Yeah, it's definitely a carp. Not a bad one. I'm going to have to turn the camera off and I'll bring it in. This is definitely an upper team, this one, definitely. Come on, steady up. No. That's an 18-pounder. That's an 18-pound carp. Hey, easy, tiger. Here we go. Look at this fish. Look at that. What a cracker. What a fish. Thank you. I am absolutely over the moon with that. Absolutely over the moon. An 18-pounder. Cleabarrow. Awesome. Let's get her back in. More keen to go. Yes! Oh yes, that was awesome fight. Brilliant take. Yeah, that's made my weekend. They do get bigger in here, but that's a good fish. What an awesome fish. Yes. I've got some up for the blog, and it's not a blank, and what a blank saver that is too. I've got plenty of time yet. I'm going to go straight back on that spot, exactly the same again. Well, you've seen the baits are put in, so it's not too late in the year to be using a fish meal based boilie on here. You can tell I'm excited, can't you? You can tell I'm excited. Well chuffed, well chuffed. Bugger off. Well, it's soon time to start packing up, but before we do, I said I was going to talk about bivvies, and this particular one, this is the Westlake Fragment 1. It's higher than some budget bivvies, and it's also a little bit wider. That means it will accept one of the big beds from Nash, so that's a metre wide bed in there. Whatever length they are, it fits in. It still gives you about 600 to 700 mil from the bed to the edge of the door, so you do have a little bit of room. You can sit up straight, so if I sit down in there, I can actually sit up with my back straight and my head will not touch the top. I think I paid about, I don't know, I think they're on sale at about 150, somewhere around about that mark. And for that money, you get multiple doors, you get a clear panel, you get the letterbox option, you got a peak on it. I'm not advertising the bivvy. What I'm trying to say is it's practical, it works. And if you don't have a lot of money, then there's nothing wrong with that particular type of bivvy. It has a back door on it with a mozzie net, so you've got full complete mozzie net, so you can open it up and get some air through and keep the mozzies out. I think it's absolutely fine. When I put the cover on it, the wrap, it gives you an extra foot or so an extra 300 mil beyond the door, so you can fold your door back and have an even more space. The only thing I don't like about the wrap is that it's got a clear door only. So it's either open or closed with a clear door, and that's your options. It also does not have any rod holders, but that's not the end of the world. So all in all, for a budget bivvy that fits on pegs in this syndicate or club, that is perfect. I can sit up in it and I can put my big bed in it and I'm comfortable. If it rains and rains and rains, I did do a weekend with Paul, and we were both sat in there because it was raining. That one wasn't a video, you didn't see that one. So it can, at a push, sit two in it if it's raining. So you can just about get away with it, put it that way. We weren't getting wet and it wasn't driving at us, so that makes a difference. Here's a quickie, don't know if you know this or not, but when you put your bivvy away, always create the triangle shape here with your poles, and always leave your strap, tensioning strap, loose at the bottom. And that way, when you roll it up, it'll go back in the bag nice and easy. There. Overwrap. Well, there we go, that completes the session. I'm all reeled in, I've all cleaned up, no buckets left lying behind. If you know, you know. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Amazing to see the reaction to the fish on that bait yesterday when I sent the drone up, and then you could see when I've moved off that spot the feeding frenzy that was going on. That was amazing. I've not seen that before because usually it's a lot deeper, but yeah, that was really good, and I was so pleased to catch on it this morning. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed this weekend. I've proper chilled. Although I didn't catch any fish last night, I did have a good night's sleep, and that's rare. So yeah, overall fantastic. Well, at least there's a couple of fish out of the water. I wasn't really bothered about what I got. Yes, I was targeting carp, but I wasn't bothered what I got in the end. I've just enough battery left just to finish off and close off. Brilliant lake, I hope you like the footage of it. There's not much about of this Cleabarrow tarn. There's not a lot of footage about of it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me. See you later. Bye bye. Oh, and I nearly forgot a quick shout out for AJ and Darren.